hear it now, so now it's good.
Okay, good. Okay, so good. Hi, welcome. Welcome, YouTube friends. Good to be back here once again. I was just on the East Coast. As some of you know, I was leading a 5-day retreat at beautiful Omega Institute. It was so lovely there. And did a couple of events in New Jersey, and visited I've got family in Connecticut, and it was great. Time for the airplanes, a couple of car alarms, barking dog, cue the dog. That's good. So here's our point right here. Life happens. Life happens. Stuff happens. Sounds happen. Sights happen. Thoughts happen. Feelings happen. You may have tried at various times in your life to control or stop any or all of the above. And how did that work out? Right. And people often have this misconception, very commonly have this misconception that, I'm going to learn to meditate, and that is going to give me the ability to control that stuff, to stop that stuff, to blank out the sounds, to stop the thoughts, and then everything will be fine. I'll be in my little silent utopia. But it doesn't work that way. It's something much better. It's something much better. Actually, during our trip east, we visited Yafa's Aunt Esther. Aunt Esther is 95 years old, and she's the last of her generation, and she lives out in Flushing, New York. And on our way there, we were on a road called UTOPIA Parkway.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and I was looking around going, oh, so this is Utopia. I would not have guessed from the scenery. But there's a little enlightenment lesson there, okay? You looking for Utopia? Look right here. Don't look. You know what the word Utopia actually means? With the derivation of it, comes from the Greek utopos. It means nowhere.
Oh.
Nowhere. Yeah. Nowhere. It doesn't exist anywhere. Therefore, you got to find it. You got to find it everywhere. You got to find it everywhere. It's got to be where you are, and it's not going to become utopia because you've controlled everything, because you've stopped stuff. It's going to be utopia. And of course, the example that we look to, one of the great examples we look to is the Buddha, and some of you have heard me quote this before. At the moment, actually for some of you this should be the quiz, at the moment of the Buddha's enlightenment, according to the tradition, what is it he said? I'll give you the first bit. How wonderful, how wonderful. Complete this statement. How wonderful, how wonderful. Was it how wonderful, I finally made all that freaking noise stop? Was it how wonderful, I finally made my thoughts stop? How wonderful, I finally suppressed my negative emotions? No, what did he say? How wonderful. You guys, come on. I
Can't remember.
That was all of it.
How wonderful, how wonderful. Everything's fine the way it is.
Oh.
Okay. What he literally said was everything is enlightened just the way it is. Right? He was looking, like most people, for an enlightenment separate, different, that somehow abolishes everyday reality, abolishes the coming and goings of the sounds and the memories and the thoughts and the sensations and all of that. And what he discovered, and that didn't work, and what he discovered was, no, the utopia, the enlightenment comes. There's the dog, thank you. When you go, okay, the dog. Great. Okay, the cars start. This is why I love this time of year when it finally gets warm and we open the windows and we let all the outside inside. And we go, okay, we just be with that. Be with whatever's there. Okay? So, perfect. Yeah. So let's sit comfortably.
How's the plane?
Huh?
Time for the plane.
Time for the plane. Perfect. Great. Yes.
There's no gunshots.
So we're
Right.
right.
Or SWAT team.
Yeah, that's the gunshots that's in the advanced course. We'll get to that.
Right, with the helicopters.
Yeah.
At the beach.
That's right.
Yeah, and I'll be talking to my family, and I'll be like, turn down
Yeah.
the TV.
Yeah.
It's right on top of our house.
Wait. Let's consider this. Do we really want to close that window?
No, I like the breeze.
I think we need it. I think it's going to be too warm. That's why I got them open. Okay. So. So we're already sitting in the middle of all this, in the middle of everything. There's this expression my father used to say when we would sit down to a meal. We'd get the table all set. They finally got the roast was on the table, and my dad was carving, and we were just sitting down, and the phone would ring, and my father would say, "Inmitten derinnen." Anyone else? Right? Inmitten derinnen is a Yiddish expression that means in the middle of everything.
Oh.
Inmitten derinnen.
Oh.
Ah.
I never heard anyone else say that except my father. So we're always in mitten drinnen, right? We're always in the middle of everything. This is why I love meditating on the subways in New York. It's like, oh yeah, here it is. Here we go. So we're already in the middle of everything. We're already sitting comfortably. Why would we sit uncomfortably? That wouldn't be fun. Why? Right? All the great teachers, including the Buddha, the Buddha made it clear. I'm here to eliminate human suffering. Right? If you're sitting in some way that increases your suffering, if you're sitting there going, oh, this is meditation, my nose itches, it's driving me crazy, but I can't scratch it because then I'll get a bad grade in meditation. That ain't it. That ain't it. So, if your nose itches, you are required to scratch it. If your position becomes uncomfortable, move around, change it, be comfortable. Okay? So, sounds come and go, thoughts come and go, feelings come and go. All this stuff is coming and going. Is there anything that doesn't come and go? Take a look. Is there anything? So, for instance, if you turn your head to the left, you're aware of a bunch of stuff to your left. Turn your head to the right, you're aware of a different bunch of stuff. Bring your head back to the center, you're aware of a different bunch of stuff. So what you're aware of keeps changing. What doesn't change?
Awareness.
Awareness itself. The fact that you're aware. The fact that you're aware. Try to stop being aware. Ready? Go. Can't do it. Can't do it. So clearly it takes no effort to be aware. We can't even stop being aware. Awareness is the one constant. It's there in every moment. The stuff we're aware of, the furniture of awareness, the stuff that populates the awareness, we could say, keeps changing on its own. Perfect. So we're just noticing. I'm not going to give you anything to do. It's non-doing. Non-doing. But I'm just pointing out what's already going on. Okay? So, having said that, let's change one thing and one thing only. Let's close our eyes. Don't meditate. Don't concentrate. Don't try to be mindful. All we've done is change the position of our eyelids. So not much changes. The outer colors and shapes go away. Some inner colors replace them. So the colors come and go. The sounds, sensations, thoughts, and feelings continue to come and go. So we just let what comes come. We let what goes go. And we just rest in the one thing that does not come and go, which is awareness. We might notice that awareness is, what's it like? Does it have a color? No, we're aware of colors. But awareness doesn't have a color. Doesn't have a sound or a texture. It's just like empty space, only it's aware space, within which all these experiences come and go. As usual, as always. There's nothing special going on here. We're just pointing out the way our experience always works. Only for once we're noticing it a little more clearly. And for once we're not trying to do anything about it. The very opposite of what people think meditation is, that, oh, we're going to change and manipulate, transform our experience. Exactly the opposite. For once we're just resting in our experience, however it is. Just as the sky doesn't try to do anything about the weather that comes and goes within it. This cloud over here, fine. This rainstorm over there, fine. The sky is just this vast open space within which all the weather takes care of itself. So we just rest, kick back and rest like open sky, like open space, within which all the other experiences take care of themselves. Nothing to figure out, nothing to remember, nothing to hang on to or get rid of. Just this very awareness, which is always right here. The same awareness that hears these words. The same awareness that notices the feeling of relaxation you might have, or the feeling of restlessness you might have. Doesn't matter which. Doesn't matter what feelings or thoughts come and go. The sky is equally indifferent to the gentle breezes and the tornadoes. So just remain like this open sky of awareness, as you already are. Sometimes you might feel that you've gone off on some long train of thoughts and, oh gee, I got to get back. But there's nowhere you need to go back to. That's all happening, all those thoughts are happening right here, within this open space of awareness. There's nowhere else it could be. It's where everything happens. And when you realize you've been kind of caught up in some chain of thoughts, the moment you realize it, you're already no longer caught up. So there's nothing to do. If we try to say, okay, now I'm not going to get caught up again, you're trying to be in the future. That doesn't work. You're trying to manipulate awareness, experience. That doesn't work. All we can do is relax into the now. Just kick back and relax into present awareness as it is, perfect as it is. Sky is supposed to have clouds and breezes, storms and rainbows. Awareness is supposed to have thoughts, sounds, feelings we consider pleasant, feelings we consider unpleasant. Even a tornado doesn't damage the sky. Even a rainbow doesn't improve the sky. The sky is just open space. So we just remain this open space of awareness. Remain as you are. Only for once completely giving up to it, completely marinating in this spaciousness, this effortlessness, like soaking in a hot tub. If you do find yourself resisting something or holding on to something, struggling in any way, just relax your grip on that struggle. Relax your grip on whatever it is. Relax back into yourself, which is open, space-like awareness. As long as you relax your grip, it doesn't matter what's there. Just relaxing back into the self. Open, free awareness. Now keep the eyes closed. And take a few minutes to gently bring the body back to a more active state. Shift around, stretch a little. And when you feel ready, you can slowly open the eyes. It's always good to ease out like this. Just like waking up from a nap. You don't suddenly plant your feet on the floor and start marching around. It would be a shock.